outside and dig up this grave, and from this grave she take dirt and build like a doll of him, but she used like his semen or whatever. I think it was sweat mixed with semen, and she built this doll and she put it there to watch him. So anything that she does to this doll actually happened to the man, right? So then, hey y'all, welcome back to All Things Jenny. I am Jenny. So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So tonight we are reviewing the movie Spell. This movie is a little bit older, but it's just as crazy as the other movie that we reviewed, right? So this one I watched on Tubi. You can watch it probably elsewhere, but that's where I watched it. So this gentleman right here, he's basically trying to run away from who he really is. So in the movie, he keeps having flashback of his father basically trying to beat the spiritual culture into him, but he refuses it. So he run away into a big town to become this big town boy. So he got a career, got married to this mixed lady, had 2 children, but the kids keep getting bullied in school, and for some reason they keep trying to get him to go back to his town where he came from, but he refused it because he just hated there. He just had really bad memories. He didn't want to go there, right? So finally one day he just can't take it anymore. The family keep asking him, so he said, fine, we'll take our private helicopter and drive there and fly there, because it's so dangerous to get over the mountain to where where he used to live, right? So finally they decided to go. They took the helicopter, but on the way there they stopped at this gas station because the helicopter ran out of gas, and it was just so eerie. There was this old gas station there, and this man, when he walked there, he saw the man who was selling grigri bags. Grigri bags are like spirit bags where you can carry them for protection or whatever. So he was selling them. He's like, I don't know, boy, if you're going over this mountain, you might want to take some protection with you. But because he's so against spirituality, he just keeps saying, no, I do not want it, I do not want it, whatever. So the man said, okay, well, you do whatever you want, but I wouldn't recommend you go without any protection. But he was so hard-headed, he decided not to go. Then the boy who was outside waiting on his dad to pay the gas and come back, he saw another gentleman who basically was telling him to give him his phone, like a cell phone, because the area where they are going, they literally are so isolated that they don't even have cell phones. I mean, they have regular pay phones, but they don't have cell phones. So he was like, oh, give me your phone. But the dad came out and he's like, no, you're not getting my son's phone, blah, blah, blah. And then finally they ended up leaving. But the way they were looking at it, it's almost like danger was coming. But he's not listening because he's so up there. He's the city boy. He doesn't believe in witchcraft and spirituality, whatever. Then finally, as they're flying, they reached this really bad storm that they got into an accident. The helicopter crashed. They died. And he was the only one that survived, right? His kids, his wife, all of them died. And he woke up in this really creepy house where he's peeking his head at. He woke up in this creepy house, and Loretta is the owner of this house. So she's trying to nurse him back to health. But literally, she's the only one, and a couple people who live in that town, and she's the owner, she's the leader of the church in that town. Part 2. So when he finally woke up from his sleep, he realized that he cannot find his family, and he's stuck in the bed. He's actually chained to the bed, and this lady, Loretta, keeps spraying this powder on him to knock him back out, right? So he's freaking out. He doesn't know where he is. He's asking her questions, but she's ignoring him. She's like, oh, baby, don't worry, my child. I'm taking care of you, blah, blah, blah. So then she go outside and dig up this grave. And from this grave, she take dirt and build like a doll of him, but she used like his semen or whatever. I think it was sweat mixed with semen. And she built this doll and she put it there to watch him. So anything that she does to this doll actually happened to the man, right? So then in his window, she put salt around the rim of the window, and then she just locked the door and leave him there. So he built the courage to be able to get up, but the salt was to keep evil out and to keep him inside. So then he built the courage and tried to get out, and he go through the window, but it was raining, so the salt ended up being like getting wet from the rain. So he was able to crawl on top of the house to be able to see what was happening outside, but it was already nighttime, so he couldn't really see. But he was able to see that the lady Loretta was holding a church service. So this man came to her service in order so he can see. He couldn't see, he was missing his eyes, so she ended up sacrificing a goat, took his eyes and raised it up in the air, and this man is like right on top of the house looking down at everybody at the ceremony. Meanwhile, there's all church people, right? They're in church having their Wednesday night service, and this lady is sacrificing a goat and taking his eyes and put it right on the eye socket of this blind man in order for him to see. And somehow he was looking up for the eyes to be able to sit properly in his eye socket, and somehow he saw the guy that was looking down at him, and the guy rolled over so they weren't able to see him. Right, so this all happened, and then fast forward a couple of minutes later, Loretta offered to make him some soup. But this whole time he's asking, where's my family? Where's my family? I have to go find my family. He don't even know that his family is already dead. So Loretta made him some soup, some chicken soup. She said it was chicken soup, but it was bone soup. So as he's eating the soup, she's like, oh, all the answer that you're looking for is in the food. All the answer you're looking for. After he finished eating the food, he put the bones out. So now he's telling her that he should do a bone reading with the bones from the soup. This is something common that we do in like spirituality. You can do bone reading. He started reading the bone, and he started to notice this skin from the meat he was eating is the skin that matches a tattoo that was in his son's hands, and the bone, come to find out, is his son's bones. He's